Hi Virgos, how are you? Here is your November 2017 reading. It's late, I know. I know it's late. I know. High Priestess. First card out. I've been sick. I've been laying low. I moved and I was traveling while I was sick. And when it came time to shoot videos, I just was like, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So now I'm finishing off the rest of the videos. And here's your reading. So first card out is the High Priestess. And you all had the full moon in Taurus on the 4th in your 9th house. Yeah. In your 9th house. So maybe some of you graduated from an educational program, or you finished off an educational program. I feel that there's definitely some new knowledge regarding like your spiritual practice. There's new sort of beginnings, endings, like because a full moon is endings, culminations, deaths, rebirths, of that, things of that nature. Your house of abstraction, right? It's that house where details don't really matter, right? It's about the idea and whether the idea carries any wisdom. Details don't really matter, Sagittarius. I know I'm a Sag rising. They don't really matter to us. Whereas details really matter to you guys, right? You and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So details and the sort of sifting through and, you know, really matters. And details of this world, right? Details of what's happening here and now. So we have the High Priestess here, which is interesting because that is an energy that really is not too concerned with what's happening with tangible things or with details or with the day-to-day of my life and my work and my job and my schedule or my kids' schedule and the pickup times. And like the High Priestess doesn't really care about that. The High Priestess has other knowledge. The High Priestess has other knowledge, if you kind of catch, like, the High Priestess concerns herself with things that are not of this world, not of this realm, that, yeah. She wants a deeper understanding that kind of goes beyond the details of like her day-to-day life. So I feel that a lot of you, there's a lot psychic awareness, I want to say. Like a lot of you are really feeling very sort of more psychically, more intuitively inclined lately. Like you're more in touch with like your intuition. You're more in touch with the higher knowing, that higher knowing part of yourself versus that part of you that can touch and feel and sense and organize things, right? Which you all have mastered. So let's see what else is coming up for Virgos. Queen of Pentacles. There you are. There you are. Well aware of your value. 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. All right. Yeah. 2 of Pentacles underneath the High Priestess. Let's take a look. And usually when I say the 2 of Pentacles, you have lots of Pentacles, of course. You're an Earth sign. But the 2 of Pentacles, to me, usually means a balancing act of sorts, which could be occurring, right? But I really also feel that this situation is involving the interconnectedness of energies. Like 2 energies. This could be you and another person potentially, and there could be like kind of like a psychic connection between you and this person. Like it's like the 2 of you are linked together energetically whether or not you're physically together. Like, and that's the thing about earth signs, and especially being a Virgo, is that you get so kind of caught up on the details of how things are and how they look and are they functioning, and is this person showing up in the way that they need to show up in this relationship, and, you know, are they doing their part? And there's so much evidence that needs to be presented to you. There's so much proof that needs to be presented to you in a tangible form. Like, I can touch this coffee mug, this chair, this table. Like, you need to be able to touch it. But sometimes we enter into, and that really speaks clearly to your relationships, right? My parents are Virgo, so I watched two Virgos, you know, be in a relationship with each other, and there was this kind of, not this need, but there was this expectation that, like, there are going to be expressed tangible forms of our relationship. Like, it, you know, and it was beautiful to watch. My parents are happily married, right? And they have a beautiful relationship. But I definitely would say this is a relationship where, like, you know, there needs to be evidence. There needs to be proof of physical love and affection. Like, that needed to be there, right? Or, like, commitment. Not so much physical love and affection, because y'all aren't the most affectionate of people, which is fine, right? Y'all are the healers. You have other business. You have other concerns, right? You're trying to heal people. You're trying to, like, take care of people in deeper ways. But there was definitely a need to see, like, the loyalty and the commitment there in tangible physical forms is what I'm trying to get at. Sorry that was such a long explanation. But what's kind of being asked of you is that, you know, some of you might be entering into a situation where it's like the person, like, you and the person may not, like, those tangible physical forms of loyalty and commitment are not necessarily present, and they're more psychic and emotional than anything. They're more psychic, and it's like you have to feel the connection energetically, which is a little bit different and difficult for you because you're an earth sign. Your concern is with what you can deal with in this physical world, and this is happening in the other plane. So I feel that could be happening maybe with another earth sign, another Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Sorry, my computer fan is now kicking in. But let's see what else is going on, because that's one kind of line that I'm getting here with this High Priestess and this Two of Pentacles, is that there's definitely a psychic connection that you're experiencing with somebody, and you're trying to kind of explain it in pentacle terms. Like, you're trying to kind of discern it and figure it out and tease it out and understand it and decipher it in terms of, like, what you can and can't hold in this tangible physical world. You can't do it. This is all that matters. This green line here is all that matters between you and this person. Or maybe you're needing to have faith in a relationship, in a partnership. You're needing to really access your highest knowing self, and know that it's balancing itself out in the way that it needs to be balanced out. Let's see what else is going on for Virgos. I want to get a bigger picture before I get into these cards here. Virgo, November 2017. You just popped out of the deck, and then you went back in, the Hermit. Page of Cups. So yeah, I do feel that this is about love. That this is a new love offer, or this is the kind of renewal or rebirth, rejuvenation of a current relationship. Right? And I feel that both of you, because this Queen of Pentacles, while I love her because she knows her value, and while I love her because she knows that she's a queen and what her worth is, and that you better not come to her with anything less than what she holds in her hand, you have to match her. You can't come to her with anything short of this pentacle. But what sometimes can bother me about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's so focused on this pentacle, right? And this can also be indicative of somebody, maybe you or a partner who's been really focused on work, really focused on paying the bills, being financially responsible, being responsible to those that are dependent on you, right? Because earth signs are really, once you get into Virgo Capricorn, it really becomes about self-sacrifice. Taurus, not so much. Virgo and Capricorn is about sacrificing yourself in the name of service for others, providing for your family. So this Queen of Pentacles, like, she's bad as fuck, but like she can also get really focused on the tangible. She can become too consumed and too zeroed in on what's in front of her. And then there's like this, it's like kind of what happens when Neptune is in retrograde in someone's chart. Like, there's this lack of imagination. There is this lack in the belief of the impossible. This lack in the belief that our highest self is actually running the game. Our physical bodies are just here for the ride, but our highest self is actually running the game. Like, we're actually really not as in charge as we think we are. Like, our souls made contracts before we got here. Like, our souls already signed contracts before we got here. Like, they're, like, not to say that we can't make our own destiny. We totally can. But there are definitely things that we need to experience in this lifetime that our souls already agreed to experience. Just saying. So I feel like this is involving a relationship where I do feel that, you know, this Three of Pentacles does also speak of a relationship, but a relationship that beginning to feel more like a business contract. I mean, that's what a marriage is anyway. A marriage is a business contract. But I feel like we definitely are in an age where, especially in the West, right, being like, you know, living in the United States, where, yes, marriage is a contract, but there also is this romanticized kind of idea that now surrounds marriage where we can marry for love. It doesn't have to just be a business contract. It doesn't have to just be, you know, that you're getting married off, or you, and if you are, like, you know, that's, I come from a family where that happens, right? So some people find it easier, right? But I've thought about it, but my mom suggested it. She was like, if you want to get married off, I'm like, eh. But I'm half Punjabi. I'm part Indian, but you know, we don't have to, you can marry for love now, right? Like, there isn't this idea that marriage is just a business contract. We say that, but we also understand that, like, yeah, and like, there is this romantic element to like relationships now where it's no longer about duty or about, like, it is about how you feel about somebody. And so I feel that maybe you have been in a relationship or even in a partnership where it feels more like a business contract, or you've lost this sort of Page of Cups feeling. And Capricorn got a similar sort of message where it's like there's this, Capricorn desires to kind of return back to this innocent, emotional state of being, right? And I feel like for you all, it's a need. Like, it's something that you actually aren't aware that you really need. Capricorn is aware that they need it. You aren't really aware that, like, there needs to be this injection of, like, romance and into your relationship. And if you're not in a relationship and you're kind of in the process of meeting somebody who you have this kind of connection with or will come into your life, but like, be mindful that you don't treat it like a business contract. Be mindful that you're not so caught up on the details, because these people they have blueprints in their hands. They have blueprints in their hands. So there's a plan here. There's an outline for how things need to go. And Virgo, if you walk into a relationship like that all the time, it can become really daunting and exhausting to people who feel like they can never match you. I can't possibly step to her with like this pentacle and this blueprint, like, and she wants this cup. Like, I can't. It becomes really intimidating. You're already kind of intimidating as it is. Right? So be mindful about walking into situations with a blueprint. Because this person, right, has their own hang-ups and fears and trust issues that they're also trying to conquer and work through. And then it kind of has the potential to create this sort of inertia where nothing ends up moving. Nothing happens because your blueprint doesn't really allow for what the universe actually really has to offer you. Let's get more cards. Let's get more cards on the table. I love Virgos. I really do. Like, I'm feel blessed that I was raised by Virgos. Especially as an Aquarius. Because there's a certain respect that I've come to have for order, or not necessarily order, but the details. The details. The details matter, but you can't get hung up on them. I don't know if you can see. We're going to have to move this back. That's as good as it's going to get, guys. Sorry. Okay, let's move it back a little bit more. So what came out was the Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Moon, and the King of Cups. So, yeah, this King of Cups is like, you know, has the ability to connect with you in this way, right? I feel that this is the person that you're having this sort of psychic kind of connection with. I mean, it's the King of Cups. This is the master of emotions. This is the master of emotional control. This person can go there with you, can get really deep, but can also, like, there's also a masculine edge to him because he's the king, so he still is in touch with the details of reality and understands your need for the blueprint. I feel like this is you. I feel like, you know, at first I was like, is this person kind of like, all right, Virgo, I can't do it anymore. But it's like, I really do feel that this is sort of your energy of needing things to go a certain way. And being blind to all the other possibilities, right? Like, these swords represent all the different ways in which you could think about this relationship, but you're not really engaging with any of them. You're blinding yourself off to any of them. So you're kind of holding yourself in a stalemate. And then you're wondering, like, why isn't anything moving, right? And again, I feel like, you know, this Queen of Swords is a Libra card, and I don't really feel that it's a person. I feel like it's more of an energy. I feel like we can clarify it, but again, I feel like it coming underneath this contract card, where Libra does represent, you know, justice and the legal system and contracts and negotiations, right? Like, there's this kind of negotiating, like, you're negotiating the terms of this relationship with this person. But this person, like, this isn't a business offer. Like, this person came to you with a romantic offer, and now you're turning around on some, like, okay, every other Monday and Thursday, like, you rub my feet kind of shit. Like, and I get it. I can kind of get like that sometimes because I've learned from my mother, right? Who always had all kinds of suitors all the time until she, remarried my stepfather, who's a Virgo. And there were terms. I don't want to say terms, but she was very clear about what she wanted, always. And that's good, but sometimes it can actually get you into this stuck kind of energy. So yeah, I feel like this Queen of Swords energy is once again you coming down here, sort of needing to negotiate or like logically think through the terms of this kind of coming together with this person. And I feel like this Moon and this Seven of Pentacles kind of go hand in hand in the sense that like you can do as much as you can do. Like you can put in as much effort and work and till the land and do this and do that and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, like you really don't, like you kind of just have to give it up. You kind of just, you don't know what's going to happen. And that's, I feel what actually kind of scares you is, and this card is also underneath the King of Cups, right? We have the King of Cups above the Moon. So there's some serious depth. High Priestess, Moon, King, like there's a really deep connection here. And for those of you who are already in a relationship, then the connection has a possibility to deepen or to go back to that same place of depth to where it once began. Like this King of Cups, you don't know what's to come with this King of Cups. I feel like it's going to be fine, though. You can't plan everything out. Let's find out more about this King of Cups. Who is this King of Cups? I always like the King of Cups. I really like the King of Cups, actually. Duh. What did I tell you? Do I need to say anything more? Like, whenever I get the Lovers or the Two of Cups, I'm just like, there it is. Okay, next card, because, like, I don't know what else. Like, you don't want to overtalk this card, right? Because it is what it is. And then the Eight of Swords here. So, yeah, I feel like there's definitely some ideas, some fears around connecting with this person. And it's like there are all these cards about self sort of containment, right? Like even in this Three of Pentacles card, like they're kind of confined in this small space. Yes, it's the beginning of a foundation and like it's, so you got to start small, you got to start somewhere. But you don't want to start too small, Virgo. You don't want to start too small. Don't do that to yourself now. So where you get really caught up on these finite details that nothing else really has. Like, all of these swords represent all of these finite details that really don't fucking matter, but you're so caught up on them that meanwhile this King of Cups is sitting here with this Two of Cups energy and it's like, where are you? Let's clarify the Moon. Can you clarify the Moon for me, please? The Tower. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like people get really afraid of the Tower, especially in like a love reading, but I just feel like things happened really suddenly for you and this person, and it's uncomfortable. It's rocking your world. It's rocking your world. I think that's a good thing, because the Tower usually means changes for the better. Things that come into our lives and change us for the better. But yeah, I do feel that things are coming up between you and this person that it's like, whoa, this is really intense really quickly. If you take a step back, observe, look at what you've invested with this person already, and determine if it's worth continuing to go. I think it's worth it. Let's get an outcome card for Virgo for November 2017. That was fast. Okay, I don't know what else to say. I don't read reversals. Ten of Pentacles. So not only does this person actually have the capacity to really connect with you on a deep level, which I do believe is what you need, what actually might really help you out a little bit, right? And trusting a bit more in relationships. But this person also has the ability to kind of like multiply this pentacle that you got. This person wants to match you. I mean, they're a king, so they want to match you. So I see a lot of abundance coming in with this person. And this is a card that takes time. So once again, I didn't pull this card now 2 weeks from now you're going to like have this with this person. It's going to take time. But you get that and you respect that and you know it. Right? Like some of our zodiac friends, like Aries, who need things to happen now. All right. Virgos, that's your reading for November 2017, and I love you guys. Hi Mom, if you're watching this, and I will see you all in December. All right, bye. Oh, and if you want a personal reading, you can contact me. Everything is in the description box below, and yeah, all right, have a good one, you guys, bye.